Tyler, the Creator. I'm sure you've heard of him. If you're like me, you just heard about it and it influenced you so much that you have to talk about it like I'm going to. I just heard this guy's music, and on my last rant video, a lot of people said that, I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know the history of hip hop. I didn't do my research. So, in order to back up what I say on this one, I watched every single video that Tyler, the Creator, made on his YouTube, listened to all his songs off his album, and I even listened to a couple interviews so I could see how this guy conducted himself in real life. The reason I'm talking about this guy is because he's getting a lot of buzz. Obviously, if you haven't heard about this kid, look him up. He's getting a lot of buzz because he's controversial. I've heard a lot of different sides. Some people are saying that this guy is the future of hip hop. Some people are saying that this guy is completely crazy and Satanist. And my opinion on the matter is that if this guy is the future of hip hop, then I don't want to listen to the future of hip hop. I've talked about it before. What happened to where hip hop had a positive message? What happened to where there was any sort of message in the music? I'm not saying that everything has to be about rainbows and butterflies, but I don't want everything to be about upside down crosses and murder and rape and false religion, because that's what this guy is talking about. The fact of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is that this guy is getting big off of one thing, and that thing is shock value. People are interested in this guy simply because he's shocking them. I mean, let's think about it. Who was the last person to do that? Eminem? How about that? When he came on the scene, people were completely shocked. He was talking about everything. People in the media, government, political figures, God, everything. That's completely why he blew up, is because of shock value. And he was white. So on top of that, whoa, this is something I haven't seen before. So this guy, Tyler, the Creator, is coming in the scene and completely talking about every possible thing that you could talk about that's going to offend people. And people are feeding into that because it's something that they're not supposed to hear. They're not supposed to listen to. Oh, nobody else says that, so this guy's the truth. This guy's got a message. What message? Tell me that. Is there any positivity in this guy's music? Is there any sort of message that he is teaching us? I don't think so. He's going out of his way to show that he is Antichrist. That to me is something that I don't want to touch on. That's a subject that I stay away from. All he's doing is feeding hype with shock value. It's almost cult-like how people are following it just because it's shocking. So as soon as you're not shocked anymore, he is going to be nothing because he has no depth other than the fact that he has shock value. If we're just looking at him as a simple artist, the instrumentals are below average on his album. The lyrics are below average, aside from the fact that they're nuts. They're below average. Rhyme scheme, all that, below average. It's nothing good. I'm telling you. His voice and his message is saying nothing. He has no message whatsoever. But I hear you haters over here talking about, he's lyrical. He's creative. Lyrical? Creative? Tell me how. Because he drops an F-bomb every sentence? Because he isn't afraid to cuss a lot? Is that why? Or maybe because he has to talk about things that nobody else will talk about. What about our future generations? What about that? You want them growing up listening to that music? You want your children to grow up acting like that? Really? You want your children to be Satanist? You want your children to completely disregard every single thing that they've ever learned? You want them to grow up completely being hedonistic? I don't want that. I don't want my children to even be around that crap. My children will never listen to this kind of music. Ever. And I would hope that more people would agree with that, but I guess not. And I know you also saw Lady Gaga on the thumbnail. Lady Gaga's new song, Judas, is completely on these same lines. She's talking about putting the crown on somebody's head who betrayed Jesus Christ. Like I said, you can believe what you want to believe, but I know what I believe, and that's the opposite of that. Not a subject you want to touch on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Tyler, the Creator, and Lady Gaga are single-handedly each destroying our music generation or destroying the future, but they sure are having a big part in it. So in closing, what are we really teaching our future generations? What are we teaching our children? We want them to grow up listening to this music? We want the future of hip-hop music to be like that? Somebody tell me why. Because right now I have no idea. Sure, I'm going to get a lot of hate and a lot of feedback, because usually people who follow someone as high up as this, with as much buzz as this, are going to follow him no matter what, and they can't think outside the box. So that's fine. I look forward to the comments. They call me Webb. Peace.